What's up, guys? What's up? This is Ed. This is Mare of. This is the last episode of the best show that came out this year. Mare of Easttown, episode 7, Sacrament. I don't think there's gonna be another one. I don't think there's gonna be another episode. I don't think there's gonna be another season of this show. It kind of ends perfect. I mean, it depends on how it ends, but it kind of is perfect. Yeah, if it's an amazing episode like it's gonna be, like I know it's gonna be, it's just gonna end perfectly. I can tell. I can already tell. A perfect freaking season of a show doesn't need to have any more than that. I don't think Kate Winslet, she's too busy. She probably don't want to do another series and stuff like that. I get it. And I think this series better to end on a high note. This might be just one season written all the way through. Now having said that, I'm trying to figure out what happened. Okay, now you guys, everybody watching this has already seen it, right? I have not. Obviously, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I can only guess, and I've been thinking about it all this week. Okay, I watched. You know how much I've been thinking about it all this week. I watched every episode again. I did. I watched every episode. There's only 7 episodes. 6 episodes. I watched all 6 episodes again to try and figure out what the hell is happening. And, oh man, I don't know. I was trying to see if I could find any clues, Just hunting around, like Blue's Clues, trying to find something that tells me what the hell's happening. Why is this picture so important? I mean, it better be a good freaking twist because they saved it for the last episode and they were pretty sure no one's going to figure it out. Oh, no. Okay, so here's my guess, though. Okay, now it's gonna be somebody she knows. Not only that, because it has to be. It can't be somebody that pops out of nowhere. It's not gonna be strong enough of a twist. So it's, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be like I don't know who. I don't know who. Okay. But look, it's just I'm going to guess it's somebody she knows, and it's somebody related to her. Which means it's going to be either Frank, her daughter, or, I don't think it's a daughter, or it could be, what's the other one? Frank, the daughter, mom? I don't think so. Who's the other person? Oh, Dan Hastings or whatever. The cousin from the religious place. We haven't seen him in a while, right? Where's he been? I don't know, but because of what Zabel had said about doesn't everybody is there anybody you're not related to in this town? That told me all I needed to know, which is that everybody is connected to each other. No, they was basically telling me that whoever it is going to be somebody from the town. Okay, we got a couple unanswered questions, right? First off, the season began with a prowler at Carol's house. I'm mistaking Carol for when I was first watching her. I thought her name was Carol, which made no sense. Her name is Marion, and she never says that. It's only on like a radio station or something, like the police station or whatever, the radio. But her name is Marion. That's where you get the Mare from. I get that now. But Carol calls her over. That's the very first thing that happens in the show. You get a couple of shots of the town, and then you see Carol's place, right? So it's all fresh in my head because I just watched it all again. Okay, so I want to put it all down here. Should keep it as concise as possible, And this is the last episode, so, anything goes, right? So she goes to the place and then she tries to find the weasel ferret thing, right? That gets brought up again. When she was looking at the prostitute lady, right? She's talking about cradling balls, and then she saw the weasel. In the book, right? She mentioned it in the book. And the second time you hear that, and then Carol dies of a heart attack in a car, and they start the episode like that. I almost feel like they're trying to tell you something, And then we go to his house. They have the funeral. He was having an affair. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we never quite found out who the prowler was, or was it supposed to be the guy with Alzheimer's that she caught in the wood? That was very unusual and it was confusing, and it didn't seem to go anywhere. It seemed random, right? She kept finding that guy. She found him twice. She stopped the car once, and then she missed him. She came back again, and she did it the second time. She did it. She caught the guy. And I think it was supposed to be the same person, right? But what about the other guy, the one with the face paint, who draw the tits on top of the board on the inaccurate boobs on top of the barn door or whatever that thing was out there? That wasn't. That didn't look like her. Evidenced by her husband, who could testify to that fact. I don't. What happened to him? He disappeared too. Was it just that random? That's it, or is there going to be more to it? Zabel's death seems as though it was only existed to create the twist of him dying in a way. So I wonder if that was going to tie in any more than it already does. And also the missing kids, the missing Katie Bailey, them being brought back. What's the point of that exactly? Because it has nothing to do with Aaron's death. It just happens to be two more people who got kidnapped. What it tells me is the town is pretty messed up because all prostitutes and everything, and someone taking everybody into their basement, all that. I don't really, it's a terrible place to be. I wouldn't want to go there on vacation, is what I'm saying. So I don't know what how all this is gonna connect. I feel like they're gonna find a way to connect all this together, in a way, like just sort of like a metaphor, like about how the whole being amazing at something is overrated. Right, because then everybody expects you to do that forever, but you're just screwed up with everybody else. That was cool, and I was wondering if there's gonna be more of a connection with all these deaths and all that. I don't know what. It's just that it turns out the town is just messed up in a terrible place and everyone's dying. I don't know, but it just seemed like a lot of people died who seemed to have died of natural causes. Freddie died, well, not natural. Freddie died of a freaking expected deaths. Carol died of old age, right? Heart attack. And Freddie died of an injection. But what if they didn't? What if it wasn't that? I don't know. I have no idea. But in terms of unanswered questions, we got who was the prowler, and then we got where was Dylan that night? Clearly he wasn't home, and the death was between 12 and 2. Someone shot her in the park somewhere, and then dragged her all the way, or brought her with a car all the way down to the forest, in the water where they put her, right? Then there's the whole Kenny of John's affair and all that stuff. What's that about? Why is that irrelevant? Because you know what? After watching it some more, it's never quite obvious. It's never quite sure if it was actually a affair. Now the son says he saw someone with her, but I don't know now. That might not be the secret, because John never admits to having an affair, right? When he goes to the father's place, he said she thinks I'm having an affair. He doesn't say it. The same way that when supposedly Billy is the one who did it all, Billy never actually says that he is her father. He never says he slept with Erin. We don't really know. He says he killed her. But almost like he was being coached. I feel that if you watch those scenes, it's kind of vague on purpose, because you're not quite sure. They want you to think a certain thing, but actually you missed a couple of pieces of dialogue, and it actually is something else. But it can't be just, it's the other brother kind of shit, right? It can't just be, it turns out it's John. It's not Billy, it's John. That's not a big enough twist for the story. They're fishing right now, right? If it just turns out you have the wrong brother or something. Because the way the chief turned around when he saw the picture, he was like, "Get her on the phone now!" It's a big deal, It was really get on the phone now. No, he didn't quite scream it like that. I added some inflection, but he was like, get her on the phone. He turned around. He could have just said that while looking at the photo, but no. He had to emphasize by turning around to talk to him, okay? Also, so whatever it is in that picture, Mare has the wrong idea completely. She's off track completely. Whatever she's thinking, which we're thinking too, is completely off track based on the way he was reacting. And then we have the gun. They brought in a whole other guy we've never seen before just to tell us, right, that the gun is an old school 86 something, whatever the heck, police gun that stopped being made in 96. And interestingly enough, what about Richard? He's suspicious. Maybe. You know why Richard's suspicious? Because they don't bring in Guy Pearce to do a romantic bit for nothing. Not just to You're just gonna be the small romantic interest. They don't need Guy Pearce for that. You could have got actor number 2, stand in or something. You didn't need the biggest friggin' one of the biggest actors, right? You know, he's up there. So why do you get Guy Pearce in here? All he's doing to do is be her relationship crutch or whatever. Her, you know, prop her up kind of thing. Relational crutch. I don't know. But if he's just there for moral support, it feels like you don't need him to be there. Why did you bring him in? Now, he talked about his dad once. You got to watch for the subtle scenes that don't get addressed again, because usually they have the most important information, but they don't want to draw you to it too much, right? They want to make it look natural. So they want to date when he said it, that's why. So it seemed that it was just them getting to know each other. But what if the information he gave out was really important? So he said at the dinner table that his father, because again, I watched it all, okay? His father said, no, he said that he had a son, and his son was like 2 when he divorced. He wrote the book in 95 or 96 or whatever, which is around the time when the gun stopped being made. Okay, so the son Luke is 20 years old, 24 years old or something. I mean, he didn't say whether his father was a cop or anything like that, but he did say that he had a bad relationship with his dad, didn't he? Unlike Mare, who had a good relationship with her dad, he had a bad relationship with his. Is it possible that he took the gun from his father, who was a cop and an abusive cop too, and then used it on someone? I don't know. I mean, as far as I knew, the chief didn't even know about Mare and Richard. So I don't know why that would be such an extreme thing for him to have to go, you know, get him on the phone now. No, I don't know. Now, here's the other thing. What's her name? Oh, shit. Lori? The lady. I think it was like Lorraine or something like that. I'm probably way off. Shit. You know the best friend? Kenny's, John's husband. John's, Hold on a second. Ryan is the boy. Lori. Yeah, it was Lori. I had it right. I was thinking like Laura Lane or something like that. Okay, Lori, I believe. Yeah, so Lori is the best friend. Now, this is the part I think is very important, because something happened during the reunion, the family reunion, because if you look at the locket, it has the same number on it. It's a significant situation. Whatever happened at the reunion some years ago, it's a big deal. Okay? I mean, they had shorts made up. It was definitely important to them. Who does that, though? Who makes shorts for their family reunion stuff? You just bring beer and whatever, go play games and go fishing and drink, whatever. But why you gotta make shorts for it seems really extreme. Just saying. I would be too lazy to do that. Maybe I'm just too lazy. But anyway, so Mare, so the family reunion is really important. Something happened there, and they talked to everybody about it. Everybody was there, and they all say the same things, kind of. So there's no way there was somebody else there, right? But then it's possible that the picture that she has was taken with somebody else in there. I don't know. But see, the way they were very clever. The way they hide the twist in this story is that the family members are so confusing. I always get so confused when stories have too many family relations. Who is whose sister and brother and uncle this and auntie that? Oh, I get so confused. I think that's done on purpose so you cannot keep up with the story, so that you won't figure it out until you're supposed to. But I think that John, the family, okay, it's a key part to the story that's really confusing. Now, was it the son? No, wait, the freaking father, uncle, the daughter. Okay, Ryan, the son. Okay, Ryan saw something, right? He saw something, and he's been keeping a secret for months. And we thought it was an affair. What if it's not? Here's the thing that throws me off. After talking to Billy, and Billy's like, I want to confess. John goes straight to his wife and tells her what happened. And she's like, I can't believe it. Billy? But she doesn't say what she can't believe. She just says Billy. Like, we're supposed to know what she's talking about. But it's more like it's supposed to make us think that we know. But we don't know anything. And I'm very aware of those. I'm keeping an eye on wordplay like that. It's very vague. You know? It's like the Sixth Sense. When you come into the room and you think that she's talking to somebody. She's talking to Bruce Willis. But Bruce Willis isn't actually in the room. He's dead. Oh, shit. I should have said that. Damn it. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should cut that out. It came out in 1996, right? Twist, that's over. The twist thing, you can just oh, shit. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Back to the story, though. I really didn't mean to pick up the twist, man. You should watch the freaking movie because it's amazing. That's why you gotta watch these things early, because you never know. One day someone's just gonna break out the twist randomly in conversation while you're talking about something, and he goes, "Hey, did you know that he's talking?" I didn't want to know that. Why'd you tell me? I didn't watch the movie yet. It's like 20, 30 years ago. Why didn't you watch it? Okay, it's like 20 something years ago. Anyway. Sorry about that, but okay. I'm gonna leave that in. I'm probably gonna leave it in. You might not even see this part anyway. But okay, so yeah, it's like things like that though. Forget what I said. So what if because we don't hear what she actually was talking about. We don't know. It could be anything. We just assume that it is that she's talking about Billy like that way. But that whatever. But John says that we gotta protect this family. Okay. So Lori seems pretty on board with it, even though she don't want to do it. But as soon as Mare comes in, one word from Mare and she's confessing. Doesn't really add up to me. She seemed pretty convinced she had to protect something. So I was thinking that the only way it would work is if it was something personal to her and she lied. Because we all know that Billy did this. That's what we're thinking, right? But what if Billy's protecting someone else? So, okay. I'm pretty sure Ryan knows what happened, at the very least. Because the way there was one point where they were talking about all the missing girls, and they come back. They thought they were all part of the same thing, right? And I realized Ryan was looking at the TV so seriously because I think he knew what happened to Aaron. Now we come to this whole thing here, and with Lori, and I think she lied. I think she's lying. She told Mare exactly what Mare expected to hear, because she already was on to Billy, right? That Billy did it. He killed Aaron, and he's the father of the baby. What if it's not? What if it's not true? And Lori is protecting something else by throwing Billy under the bus. Thanks, Lori. Threw me under the bus. Jesus. I thought I was family. No, you're an expendable family. Because I think Ryan is the one who needs protection. That'd be nuts, though, right? That'd be so crazy. That's a crazy idea. That what if Ryan did it? Could that be possible? See, the only reason I say that is because that would make sense, right? That Lori is protecting her son, who I don't know, but I don't know where he got the gun from. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. And then she has like another daughter, right? She has a daughter, Moira or whatever. I mean, she could have done it. I don't know why. See, what if Ryan, because there was a scene where he protects his sister from the bullies, right? Which is an awesome scene. He bashes him with a tray, which is smart because it's hard, but not that hard, so he couldn't do too much damage, He showed he conserved his energy and didn't expand it in a murderous way or something. Good on him. But he protected his sister from them. I wonder if that overprotective nature, he did something that got Aaron killed, or maybe because his father, maybe because Ryan's dad is, I don't know. Let's just say this. Ryan's dad is the one who had the affair with Aaron. And then Ryan kills Aaron to protect the dad because Aaron was threatening, right? Was threatening to go to the police or whatever, tell everybody what happened. And to protect them, Ryan kills Aaron. That would be sick. Because then I understand why Lori's trying to protect them all. But it wouldn't be that personal to Mare. We didn't really spend that much time with Ryan anyway, which is also why it wouldn't be suspicious. But I could understand that protective nature gained the best of him, and he ended up killing her because of it. and then it's the father's idea to undress her and do all that shit. I don't know where the gun's coming from and all that. I don't know. The thing is, though, here's the thing. John's alibi is tied to Frank, who was in the car with him, right? He drove him home. Drunk, though. So maybe Frank was drunk and didn't see anything. I don't know if that's possible. He must have witnessed something. But maybe Frank was in the car. I don't know. Nobody has said anything about John not being there. It's probably going to come out in this one. Maybe Frank's going to say that I was drunk, but I swear we stopped the car for a little bit and something happened and I thought I heard something, but I don't remember. You know what I mean? Something like that, maybe? I don't know. I think if I was to go for the biggest twist, it would end up being Frank. That would make the most sense. What would still make sense is that Frank, who we thought was who we were suspicious of in the beginning, and then it didn't happen, and what if it turned out to be real at the end? It would be so sick. But I don't know. I just why would she would Mare can't be that bad a judge of character. You know what I mean? But there is the whole thing with her living right next door to him. He knows her house and everything. I don't know. I mean, a bigger twist would be it was Shaban. She did it, but I don't see that either. I don't know where her story is going. She can't go to college and stuff. She's scared of something. I don't know. Somehow all this can coincide with them also having to talk it out and go inside the attic. And they gotta go play games, you know, and just get over try to get over the father, try to get over the son's death, play Hangman's Noose or something. I don't know. You know, you just gotta face your things. Face it head on. Something morbid. I don't know. But, I mean, I wonder if any of this has anything to do with it. Does it connect at all? Or is it all just more like life happening? That's the thing. It's hard to tell what parts of this are actually part of the murder plot, or is it just the life happening in the background? Because not everything is part of the plot. It's actually, a lot of it is life character moments, which is cool. But it also makes it you can't tell what's real, and what's important and what's not, which is on purpose. So, I think I summed it all up there. I think that it's going to be either Frank or Shaban, but it doesn't make any sense at all. She raised a better daughter than that, you know what I mean? But the last person to see Shaban, as far as we know, the last person to see Marion, as far as we know, was Shaban before she went into the woods. But why Shaban would kill anybody, I don't know. But, so, then I think it could be either John or it could be Ryan. It would make the most sense to me if John was the one. He was holding his son in the room telling him it's our secret, right? He's actually trying to protect his son. I don't know. But then she did look surprised about Billy's thing. I don't know. I don't understand. She looked surprised about Billy, but maybe that wasn't what we thought it was. Or maybe it was Billy, right? But it was Ryan who was protecting his uncle. Yeah. So how does that happen though? Why is Ryan even there? Okay, so the deacon picks her up and she's all in hysterics. Why is she hysterical? Oh, well, because she just got beat up by Brianna, the bitch of Easttown. She got beat the shit up and she's going crying somewhere. Right? The deacon picks her up, and then he takes her to some place, the park, and then she's still got the bike in his car. He leaves. She's there. She meets somebody who she probably called on her phone or whatever. No, the last person she called was Deacon. For some reason, she knew who to meet him in the park, even though there's no recording of any conversations or anything to prove that. But she ended up in the park somehow. Because of the deacon, I guess, drove her out there and left her there to do her thing. He should have just took her wherever. He should have just took her to where where he was going to take her to, the police or whatever, or home. He should have just done that and don't listen to what she said. But whatever. So I mean, unless he's hiding something too, it turns out it is him. But it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I think John at this point would make the most sense and be the biggest twist. No, Ryan. I'm sorry. I think that one of them is the father. There's no way Ryan's the dad. Ryan is too young. I think that it might end up being one of them is the father, but somebody else did the kill. And I think that right now the most makes the most sense to me is John was the one who killed him. John was the one who had the affair, but then but then Ryan killed him. That's why he can't talk and everything, because they're trying to protect the son. But then it doesn't make any sense, because what is Dylan's part in this? What did he do? Why was he out there? I don't understand. Why was he out there? It's like someone gave him a call too, probably, and he went out there or something. Because he knew something from the beginning. Okay. It's not Dylan, though. It's not Dylan. It's not Dylan. It's going to be Dan Hastings for some reason. I don't know why. Dan Hastings, the cousin. Okay. That'll be to make the most sense for the relatives. Or Frank for some reason. Or it's going to be John and Ryan somehow all connected together. I don't understand what Ryan would have been even doing out there, though. Okay? That's why I leave it at. I just couldn't put it all together just yet. So they better be good, because I try really hard to think of all these angles, okay? And if it turns out that it's exactly what I thought it was, then shit. Maybe smarter than I thought. But if it's not, and it ends up being dull, that would suck. It ends up being nothing much. But it's gotta be. They made it sound like it's huge. Okay? So whatever it is, it better be worth it for waiting another extra week to get this big freaking twist. It better be nothing. I hope it's nothing I thought of, and it's even better than anything I could have imagined. Please. Okay. This could make or break the show, you know what I mean? So, that was 26 minutes. But, let's do it. Last episode of Easttown. Here we go. It all comes down to this. I think
Anything?
he's using him as a scapegoat or
Still
something.
not going through. Her radio's
Chief,
not picking
what's
up
in the
either.
picture, Chief? What's in the picture? I don't think it's Richard.
Where'd you get this picture?
Oh,
Does
Jesus.
Dylan Hinchy know that John Ross is DJ's real father?
Okay, so it is John. Okay,
I hid the picture from
that
him.
tells me I think Ryan might have killed
He
Aaron.
never answered my...
Is that the gun they killed Aaron with? No. He emptied the gun out. Because he had the gun last.
So that's why you wanted to bring me out here, huh? Do it!
Get over there, man. Get over there.
Do it! John, do it! Just...
Put the fucking gun down!
She's too far away.
No!
Whoa!
Just fucking kill me, man. Please.
Like Harmony. Late one night.
Yeah, so Billy was basically talking about him last episode when he was talking about all of that.
Erin, she called me a bunch of times.
Wait, there were no calls made to your number from
Yeah.
non-nurse.
What's the
We had these prepaid phones that
Oh,
we would
of
use.
course.
I called over to the DA's office this morning and asked him to withdraw your charges. Wherever you go after this, I hope they treat you better than we did.
Yeah.
I don't have anywhere to go, Detective.
Maybe you can stay.
Easttown is my home.
She gonna stay.
Shit, that's me. I don't want to hear that. I can turn that on.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is the matter with you now?
I reserve judgment until I get to the end of it. Tell me there's more.
I think you should go.
You sure you're all right?
Is that like not advicey enough or something? Yeah, I just need a vacation.
You're a bad liar, Mom. You love being in Easttown.
Yeah.
It's a better place because you're here. Good night.
We got a whole movie left of stuff. There's no way this is only going to be about the family.
Those drawers?
Oh, I haven't seen it in a while.
No. Just leave him alone for now.
It's
An
from the first
officer will be
episode.
out there momentarily.
Just like every day.
Welcome to your new home.
She got her own place.
My home? But how?
A lot of people love you.
That's how.
Donations. Oh. She ended up being actually a good person for one.
How
Just-
long
you
have
just-
you been using?
Just apologize to her.
A few months. Yeah, I'm happy.
But give us some hope, man. Come on. She's trying. She's trying.
I know you love him.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Tell him that. Yeah. She needs to hear that shit. Doesn't add up.
Nothing ever happened. It doesn't make any sense to me.
He's protecting the son. I knew it.
Fix my band-aid.
Yes, something is there. I knew it. Yes. Something is amiss. It's not over.
If that had been my Band-Aid as a kid, you would have told me to shut up and fix it myself.
Now you told over your grandson.
Truth is, I was angry a lot. I was angry. Took a lot of that out. From you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Mare.
Forgive you, Mom.
Good. Forgave myself a long time ago.
Marianne.
That's what I wish for you, Marianne, is that you can forgive yourself. For Kevin. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault.
I am.
Please, the bathroom. Time for this not to pass on, I guess, you know?
Hey, Mare.
Fuck off.
What? Play that shit.
That was a
I
lie.
don't know what you're talking about.
Happening
I went
again.
back to my husband, and I've been with him every day since.
Yep. He
Every
wasn't
day.
having that. Listen to her. She's very serious about it. Yes. I knew it. It wasn't real. Protecting the freaking son. That's why the mom lied.
Now I don't know what to do with it. Maybe you can buy him something.
He actually ended up caring for the
And
boy.
this is from his real mom.
Oh wow! So he had both of them. He actually paid for the surgery. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, Pat Benatar. I love that chick.
What's gonna happen to us?
Who knows? I stopped trying to predict life a long time ago. What I do know, though, all the best things in my life came to me unexpectedly.
Here's the mention of the son again.
Mr. Carroll? What kind of gun is it?
It's a Colt Detective Special.
There it is. It's the mortar weapon. Found it.
Strange thing is, there's 2 rounds missing.
Oh my gosh.
Who has access to this shed?
No,
Yeah.
me and the kid who cuts the lawn.
Who cuts the lawn? Who cuts the lawn?
Ryan Ross.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it. Mm.
He knows. He knows.
Nobody gets in front of me.
He's just a boy, man. Man, she gonna lose her whole family, except for Moira, of course. Wherever she is. Ah, so he mistook it for something. Gosh, that kid was capable of more than I thought. I thought the kid was like 7 years old or something. How old is this kid?
I just wanted to scare her. Stay away from my family!
What?
Why would you do this?
What do you...
I swear, I was only trying to scare her. She tried to grab the gun away from me, and we fought over it. Then I
Oh.
got scared.
You
Called
told
my
Dad.
dad.
Yep.
Told me that he and Uncle Billy had sorted everything out. So sorry for everything I did.
Hey, the freaking the dad's at fault here. The dad shouldn't have started this in the first place. Like Billy said, if he had kept his dick in his pants, right? The boy shouldn't have to be going through any of this bullshit.
Look at me, Laura.
Don't fucking touch me. Don't you fucking touch me.
Why couldn't you just leave it alone? It's Ryan. It's Ryan! It's my Ryan! My Ryan!
My whole family has gone out because of it.
yeah, pretty much. But, you know, it's what it is. It's kind of, I par for the course.
Get the fuck out of my car!
Thanks.
Do you want to say hi to your brother?
Yeah, technically that is his brother. That's their brother, yeah.
And you call me every night from the road, okay?
Oh, God, go.
Bye,
Siobhan. Bye.
Bye. I love you, Siobhan.
Oh my God.
There she goes.
Like a proud family.
It's taken me
Wow, that's a big
8
place.
long months to gather up the courage to stand before all of you again.
Man, I wouldn't be able to do it.
There's been a lot of Our job is only to love So I urge you to go to them. They'll push you away. They'll lock you out. They'll tell you they're not deserving of your mercy.
Go make it up with your friend. Yeah, remember? And what she said, I won't let you. You gotta do the same for her.
Hey. More honey.
Start.
Can you go upstairs, please?
Sure. I'm here.
No words. Just no words. I'm just gonna collapse to the ground. Oh, it's she needs someone to do that to her. That's what he said, you know, in the beginning, just to tell, you know, I would tell him I'm here. That was amazing. There was no words. You didn't need words for that scene. You know, I just realized her room was right below the attic the whole time. We see her go through this area all the time throughout the whole series. She was like dancing around that attic the whole time. I didn't even think about that. Of all the things she did, you know, this is the hardest thing for her to do. You know, she
took my breath away. Every episode ends on a real cliffhanger. I sat up till the early hours of the morning reading every single episode.
I forgot her freaking voice is
never
not
read a
exactly
character
that.
who was able to pull
crazy how I forgot her accent wasn't that
lovely as a right.
Okay, that's really hot. I gotta hold on a second. Let me clear this. Okay, there was so much to cover here. First of all, I called it. I knew it. I was right. I told you. I told everyone. I was right. Oh, I feel validated. I feel validated for. I will watch all that stuff, and I was just thinking about it and everything, and I had it right. Oh, I had it right. Oh yeah, that's right. I actually solved it before. I actually solved one for once. Usually I don't get anywhere close to this kind of stuff. And the thing is, this show was so accurate with its characters that it made perfect sense. It was the only thing that made sense. I gotta admit, and I'll be honest, when in the beginning part, when it turns out the photo was just Aaron with John and all that, I was disappointed because I thought there would be more. I was like, that's it? That was all of it? Like, there's gotta be more, right? See, the thing is, you don't know because a lot of it is just her dealing with family, so it's hard to tell if there's gonna be more. It's just gonna be the hour of, you know, Kate's life. But I was right. There was more. That was clever. They made you think that was it, and then there was more afterwards. Cause the thing that gives it away simply was that Lori wouldn't protect John. She's too mad at him. Why would she protect him, right? What was so important? They had to protect their family, and they wanted to put it on Billy, but Lori don't care about Billy. Not really. It could only be the one. The only thing she protect over everything else was her own son, including lying to Mare, because it seemed kind of weird. She was like, "I'm not gonna tell. I have to protect my family." She seems committed to it, and then she just goes ahead and within seconds she tells Mare the truth. Nah, it wasn't true. It couldn't be. It turns out, yeah, she was lying. She was lying. This show is it was amazing. This is a best show I've seen this year for sure. Of 2021, thinking best show so far, man. I don't know if anything on top of it this year. HBO just knows how to do hard boiled, you know, detective shows that also they also are actually explore more of exploration of people's lives entwined with mystery. True Detective, Sharp Objects, Mare of Easttown. I don't know, I didn't see that Undoing yet. I was gonna check that out later on too. But all those shows kind of have that same thing, you know. It's an investigation, but it's actually not as well. It's actually more about the family drama, but it all ends up entwining together in small towns and whatnot. So, yeah, that's what the kid did it. I didn't see the. I was wrong about Dylan's part. He's the one who was confusing. I don't understand what he had to do with it. He didn't know anything about it. He was worried there was something in the journals, which he was right, but he didn't know what it was. He was worried there was something in the journals. He was worried that there was something in the journals that would incriminate. It wasn't that he had something to do with it, but that he was worried that something in the journals was going to incriminate. That was going to reveal the real father, and then he wouldn't be the father anymore. I mean, once they found out who the real father is, he would lose the kid. That's actually really sweet. I love how this show. Almost every character had a chance to be, no matter how evil or asshole the characters were, the good ones. And yeah, a whole mixture of people all over the place, right? But even the ones who had the worst problems and worst natures about them, we sympathized with them by the end. Surprisingly, Dylan seemed like such an asshole, but I ended up sympathizing with him by the end. He just wanted. He actually just. It made, once again, consistent with his character. Oh, well, wait. Before I say that, every character was sympathized with except for, I guess, Mr. Potts. They didn't really explain why he was doing what he was doing. I never quite got that. But he got no sympathy. But besides him, because he was doing crazy shit. With Dylan, it was very consistent with his character. He ended up getting to know the baby and he didn't want to give it up anymore. Even he had a heart. Who would have thought that? He had a heart. But then he knew he would have to once they find the real father or whatever. And he didn't know what to do. And, of course, he would do something asshole-ish. That's what he does. He bullied other people he was trying to bully her into doing the journals and all that. She thought that she was doing what Aaron would have wanted, so she was protecting her friend. But Dylan he was forcing her to keep quiet, not because he knew the truth, but because he just wanted to keep the baby. I like how he's got a lot of issues, but in the end he had a heart, and he came out. Not a bad person, not really. Just misguided teenager. He's gonna grow out of it, I think. But I love the ending part when he comes to the house and he gives him the ear surgery money, right? And you think it's gonna be he ends up giving her the ear surgery money. And I thought, and like we all thought probably, was that the money was the one Aaron had, right? He took from Aaron, but it wasn't. He had scrounged to get his own money, and then he even gave her Aaron's one too. So he didn't want any money. He just wanted the kid to have something. He wanted to give the kid something, something. That was sweet. I almost thought she was gonna say something back to him or something, but. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of, there's some bittersweet moments there throughout the whole series. It's this crazy thing it's this mixture of you're solving a crime, there's a plot, but it's also just these character moments and these real life situations that sometimes don't get resolved, There's some sad stuff in there that, one of the ones that hit me hard was Siobhan, whatever her name, Siobhan. She was with the girl from the band, and then she dumped her in the worst way possible. Just hurt her, man. She had to see it happen in front of her and run away. I don't like that. That just. Sorry. I don't like that. That's just how it ended for them. I mean. you know, like freaking Siobhan gets all of that shit. She's I mean, yeah, she saw her son, she saw her brother get killed, but you know, but she's, I don't know, I don't understand her sometimes. She was acting weird all the time, but I think that was all connected back to the brother. I'm terribly uncomfortable right now. It's so high in there. So I don't know. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like her because of that. Honestly, I felt bad for the friend. She just ditched her. That I mean, I think the problem was that girl was probably a little bit too clingy. It looked like, or maybe she threw up a lot. Because that's what I get from her. She's clingy and she throws up a lot because she smokes a lot of weed or something, brownies and stuff like that. But I didn't. I felt bad for the friend. She was devoted to Siobhan. She went to the house and then bam, she sees the worst thing in the world that she didn't want to see. Runs out there and nobody apologizes to her. Nothing. Just. But you know, it feels like life. That's so horrible though. Why do some people end up in that situation, you know? I mean, I guess she'll probably get over it, but goddamn, it's gonna freak her out for a long time. It's gonna be that thing in the back of her mind, and I don't know. It just that's just the worst, right? And what Siobhan, she gets somebody. You know, if I feel like if I was in that situation and I was the new guy, some girl's life, and you find out, oh shit, she was with this other guy or something. He ran out screaming. I guess that kind of weird, but I feel like I would go after him. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I know how that would feel like, and I don't want to be that person to be the one to just replace you. I want to give you some kind of what they don't ever do in movies, right? Have the new guy go after the old guy, you know, something like that. A new girlfriend go after the old girlfriend and try to fix it, or something like that. Like Goon. With the guy from American Pie, how he went to the boyfriend's house and told him I was cheating. I cheated on you. I had an affair with your girlfriend, and let him beat the shit out of him because he was like, I deserve it. Punch me, you know, beat me up, whatever. I thought that was awesome because it was just how do you make it okay, and if that's what it takes, then you know, go do it. Then it just I don't want to. It's like I feel how I don't know how it feels. And I can't believe I'm talking about that part. It's just that part hurt me the most. It is that she just ran off screaming and nobody comforted her. We don't know what happened to her. She just disappeared. And Siobhan gets to go to college. She gets the girlfriend and everything. What the hell, man? That's so evil. Sorry, that's terrible. I don't like that shit. That's awful. Heartbreaking, man. And then there's that moment with Freddy. He just died. Took advantage of took advantage of Dawn, but then he died from an overdose. And it didn't really connect exactly. Not everything had like a super connection. A lot of it was just life in between. I think that's how it was a clever way to disguise issues and whatnot. And I knew the whole family connection stuff was going to be important. I knew it. As soon as I saw her go to that family's house, I missed the part about them being friends. I was like, what the hell? When in the first episode, I was thinking, what the hell? What house are we at? Who are these people? And I just knew they had to be important because we spent so much time going there and doing that stuff, you know. And so John went to jail for protecting his son. At least that was the hope anyway. But it didn't fall through. But you know, I think she's okay. She don't seem so bad. It doesn't seem so bad. I mean, the son's alive at least. At least your son's alive, and you're sitting there and you can still see him, and you gotta. I mean, it's just so weird, right? Though, you know, I mean, technically she still got her daughter, but now she got to take care of this other kid, right? But the brother's still there, and they can make it as good a life as they can. Eventually, he'll probably get out. You know, he was a kid when it happened, but man, he committed murder as a kid. He's gonna be the talk of the freaking town. You know, he's gonna have a reputation or something. I don't know. I guess because of that, he'll probably be tainted for life. But he was a kid when he did it. I feel like he can still have a life. It's not as bad as she makes it out to be. But she has that great moment in the car where she breaks down, and she screams at Mare. I think it was great because at first she didn't want to, because there's the shame involved. Because you know what I mean. I feel like at first her cries weren't really that harsh. She was kind of moaning more than anything else, because in that situation I feel it's a dichotomy or something like that. she is mad at Mare for what happened to her son, but at the same time, she knows why she did it, and she knows it was the right thing to do, and so she feels guilty, she feels shame and all that, but then the anger comes out more than everything else, and it's like it masks everything else, just busts through all the shit that's been piling up, just kind of explodes outwards. But I love it. I love that everybody kind of got something to kind of fix. Not everybody kind of got a realistic kind of a repair or of sorts. You know, we got to fix a lot of damaging issues with everything. I guess Carol's was a really heart attack, and Freddy's really was just an injection. I don't know what that says about anything. I like that Deacon had a good ending there. I like how she apologized for the town for treating him the way they did. Because the thing is, I understand why they were doing it too, but I have sympathy for him because he's just caught in the middle of it, and no one was ever gonna believe him on what he was gonna say or do. You know, but they don't demonize the town. This is just what happens. You know, if you got a reputation for something like that, like as a priest, and you go somewhere and then people find out, you know what's gonna happen no matter where you go. I like how he wasn't just gonna run away again and go someplace else. He's gonna face it and try to make a life of it here, because it's gonna happen everywhere, and it's gonna be hard for him to be accepted. But he's just gonna have to face it, and he did. And I like how he said it took him 8 months. I know how that feels when you feel like you wanna apologize or something or whatever, but it's like it's hard to put yourself out there. And he took him 8 months, man. But he finally had the courage to do that in front of them, because he feels like, oh, you know, they're probably not gonna give me a chance. Everything I say is a blight on some, but he gave it a shot and he did it. And I feel like this show captures the sense of what. So for some people, religion isn't about all the scriptures and following things to a really, to the law, to the letter of the Bible and all that kind of stuff. I feel like for a lot of places, church is a community. It's a thing that we all come together to do, to build a better, town or whatever. We unite in this place. It gives the town a sense of community. Coming to the church, it's not so, because none of them seem like they were. I mean, the mom and all that, they weren't really strict religious people. They just, I think it was more of just a place where everybody gathered and could connect with each other. I think this show really captures that feel of the church in that way, of a community sense, and how at the end they're all healing and they needed to hear his words, encouraging everybody to kind of go out there and try to, face those things that are hard to talk about, and just people are gonna try and lock you away, and you just lock you out, keep you out. Don't let them. I love how Lori's words came back. She said she won't let Mare push her away, and so Mare wouldn't let her. Oh, it gives me almost puts me to tears. But I'm gonna start crying pretty soon. You don't want to see that. But it was really cute. It was really amazing. It was beautiful, poetic. She's the one who has to make sure that the friend does not push her away. I will not let you push me away, because we're too good of friends to do that. Even after all this, their friendship still stands, And I love how it was no words. I love when good actors can portray everything. You don't even need words. Words are extra. But a good actor doesn't even need that to make it work. Good direction, good acting, everything is perfect. And watching them collapse on the floor out of just sheer emotional distress and release of all that shit. Lori needed that. She needed that so badly. And I love how there's no words. There's no words because there's nothing that they can say. It would cheapen it. Words would have cheapened that scene. So it was a brilliant idea, whoever it was, to say nothing. Just let the emotion just kind of flow out like a waterfall. Just crash on top. Crash all over you. And then Richard had nothing to do with anything, actually. He really was just there as this vacation spot for Mare. Something that gave her relief from the world around her. In a way, I think that makes him a red herring. Because you're expecting him to be this big thing by the end. with his son and all that stuff, but it never comes out. It's nothing. He was just another side, another part of Mare that, a future that she has a potential to build, and unexpected life and all that kind of stuff. It was good. It was great. Actually, I wasn't emotional what to make of him. He ended up just being exactly who he was. You're waiting to see if he's gonna be more than that, but he's not. He is just who he was, and I think that was a red herring to put him in that regards, because in that way, because he's such a big actor. To have him just play this smaller part was interesting. You didn't see it coming. The boy did a great job of facing all this shit that he had put on top of him. The weight of it all and everything. Poor kid, just trying to protect his family. But it was accurate to his character once again. I knew it because the way he protected his sister. He is very protective of his family, especially when you find out that John already had an affair before. So because of that first affair, he's super protective, trying to make sure everything stays together, and he overreacted and killed her. Then he called her dad, and that's how the whole secret thing came together. But it made perfect sense. So I gotta admit, it did make perfect sense, and it wasn't immediately obvious. But you did see that kid throughout, and you were wondering what he knew, especially when you watch it again. And shit, to think that was our killer just standing there this whole time. Nuts, man. Well done. But I figured it out, so maybe not that well done. I don't usually figure shit out, so that was pretty. I actually figured it out. Means it wasn't that good. No, I don't know. But it was great. It was still great. It was a satisfying conclusion to the thing. The only thing yeah, and then there's the beautiful scene with her and Jean Smart. Jean Smart as the mom is fantastic. They almost forget that the mom is just her best friend or something. It's the way they talk to each other. They clearly love each other, even though there's a lot of issues in the family, and not issues. It's just the usual kind of issues, and they scream at each other, but they love each other, and they just always say it. But I like how she finally just said what she was been. I feel like the mom has been holding that in for a long time, but she finally told her that just the truth. That I think, and all it took was Mare finally just saying something. I think connecting that. Saying to the mom, talking about shit, the past and all that, and then the mom just kind of released that for her, allowed her to talk. Her and the mom are very similar in that way, and then so is the daughter. And I didn't realize that, but her and the mom both had that stuff in common, that they both lost somebody, and the daughter too. I just realized the daughter lost her brother, she lost her son. And in the same way that the father had killed himself, and she said she never felt good enough, so she's always fighting this feeling of expectation put upon her. And I think a large part of that is because her father had killed himself, made her feel that she wasn't good enough. And then when Kevin kills himself, I think that made her feel worse. Like it validated the idea that she wasn't good enough, because even all the kids kept saying that she's shit, and they hate her and she's the worst, right? It's so sad, but they don't mean it. Yeah, well, we never found out what the son had, but he was just messed up, and it made her feel even worse. And I think for the mom to finally say something about that was so important for her. In a torrent of emotion, but she's saying how she forgave herself a long time ago. And she took it out. She took out all the frustration on the father, about the father on her, and she, finally told her that she was sorry, and that helped Mare to kind of figure things out too. I love that. And the grandma just cracked up. Jean Smart was amazing in this show. She, once again, all the performances are super real. And with the grandma is no exception. She felt like a real grandma, but also Jean Smart grandma. She was funny in that kind of the way she did things, and a little bit eccentric and all that. But she was also still felt like a real grandma at times. She don't like fart words and stuff like that. I don't know, the way she did things felt like a real person, not just a caricature of an old lady or something. She felt like a real old lady, the way she talked and stuff like that. You know, you don't always agree with your grandma and stuff like that. Or whatever. She felt, you know, like that. She felt real. Everybody felt real in this story. Also, Drew's mom. Oh, yeah. She ended up using drugs again, and I like how she came to them and said, "I don't deserve to take him." There it is. She had a chance. She knows that she knows that she's unfit, but she does love him enough. That's the ironic part, right? She loves him enough to say, "I can't take him. I can't do it. I can't. I am not a fit parent, and if I really love my son, no matter how much I want to take him, it's not about me. It's about him." And that takes a lot of you know, you gotta swallow your pride, your ego, and all that to admit that kind of shit, because that proves to me she really does love him. And I like that Mayor sat down with her and gave her some hope, at least, by telling her that, "I know you love me, and I know you were trying." Because she could have just torn into her, because it ended up being exactly what she was worried about. You know, is that it's a drug person. It was once a druggie, always a druggie. You would hope not, but with a kid, there's hope that she might be able to fight against it and get over it eventually. I was hoping she would apologize to Mare at some point about all the shit that the way she treated her, when Kevin was still alive, but she never did that. But that's okay. It's good enough. I get it. It's some unsaid stuff. Some of that stuff is unsaid, but it's there. She's sorry, and I like how Mare was at least able to give her that. Validate the fact that she does love him. I wish Mare had said a little more though, because I would have tried to give hope. I always try to. I see people. I see people like that who need help. I always think, you can do that. You can do it, man. I got some. You just need a leg up. Sometimes you just need someone to be there and say you can do it. Life coach kind of inspiration is all you need sometimes. The fuel to get you going. I wish she would have said something like, "I know you're gonna beat this. You love your son, and I want you to beat this, because I want you to be in his life. So when you get better, you come back to us, and he'll be here waiting for you." Something like that. I think that would have made all the difference. She would have remembered that, right? They would have squashed their beef, and they would have, powered through. I think that would have given her the courage to make it forward. There's a chance that she may come back out of it. They leave that open because it's possible. It might not happen, but it's possible. But basically, Mia got everything she needed, she wanted. The only thing that didn't really happen, I felt, was there was that I thought there was gonna be a bigger conversation between her and Siobhan. I feel like that was important, but we never really got that. She never really talked to her. She's talking about how we don't really talk. I guess she did say sorry and all that, but I feel like there was more to be said there, but they didn't really go that way. She could always say it later, but it needed to be done in the show, and it never really got there. So I feel like there should have been one more conversation between her and the daughter before she left for college. But whatever. And it ends. I knew the attic was gonna come in at some point. It's the freaking last shot, and I didn't realize the whole entire series how we constantly hovered around the attic. She was always kind of like stepping out of her room trepidatiously. Very like on eggshells, I feel. Because, Jesus, I just realized that Kevin killed himself right above her room in the attic. Nuts. And that must haunt her for just sleeping in the room right below his deathbed, and she has to cross that every time she leaves the room. Messed up. Now I imagine when every time she walked through it, you feel like there was a weight on her, some kind of fear. But by the end, she's, not cured, but she's like she said to the Carol's husband that you learn to live with it, and you accept it, and you can live your life even though it hurts, right? But if it didn't hurt, then you didn't care about the person. You know what I mean? So it's important that it stays with you. It's part of what makes you who you are. Tough as that shit is to lose someone and all that, but life goes on, and it becomes a part of you. Just don't let it take over you or whatnot. Learn to keep going, because you gotta keep living. Gotta keep moving on. So I think that was it. I think I covered everything. Mare was incredible. Freaking Kate Winslet is amazing. I was watching that behind the scenes thing at the end of it, and I forgot that she was British. I couldn't believe it. I forgot that wasn't her actual accent. They did so well. I don't know what the accent, Delaware or whatever. I don't know what the accent's supposed to sound like, but she sounded confusing to me, and she could emote to that accent. I forgot that she's freaking British. First, threw me off, and I know her as only as British. So I've always known her as a British actress. So then when she started talking like that, all of a sudden, I actually had forgotten she was British. That's how good she was. I know Shaban was also. She sounded like she's like heavy English, proper English or something. I didn't know she was either. So they all did a really good job. And I think that's it. I think that covers everything. It's an amazing series that isn't just about investigation, but about life, and they kind of entwine together. And not everything is. This one was very, very well realistically done, but also a lot of humor in it, but very dark subject, but also a lot of humor that touches upon it in a very heartwarming way. And the characters are very consistent, and which is why I think of all mysteries, this one is actually really consistent. The characters are so consistent that it's actually possible to solve it. I feel if you understand the characters' personalities, it's kind of actually, I was able to solve it because the characters were so consistent that it made sense. That's good writing, great direction, everything about it is amazing. So good, I can't believe it's over. But I think it's good. You don't need any more. It's satisfying. It's such a satisfying conclusion. Make more shows like that though, because they do so well. HBO does so well with these shows. I mean, technically you could say they're all kind of similar. True Detective and the other ones, the Sharp Objects and all that. They're similar, but they're just so unique, and because each one is different, you don't know what's gonna happen next. I wonder if this was based on a book like that. I didn't check the credits. If it wasn't, then it'd be so cool. If this was actual like original screenplay. It's incredible. Everybody was good. Every character was memorable, and it was a lot about life as much as it was about solving this mystery. Oh, can't wait to see what Kate Winslet does next. That was incredible. I'll watch her whatever she does next, of course. Great freaking series. It's over. Thank you for watching it with me. Hope you guys, if you guys watched all of that, you guys don't have, you didn't have to, but it's just something this great. I couldn't just say goodbye and leave it. I had to say something, a lot of something, because it was worth that much, at the very least. So thank you for watching. It was an incredible experience. Freaking amazing show. See ya.